Greetings and welcome to episode 43 of Change Your Focus, a mindfulness podcast designed to inspire and center you. I am Dr. Aiko-Douglas, your host, transformational life coach, life integration specialist, and mindfulness practitioner, here to empower you to transform your life one mindful decision at a time. I am also here inspiring you to be mindful of the products you use on and in your body, as well as the products you use around your home. Folks, you're going to have to give me a moment. I am having some issues. I will return my apologies. Okay, we were having some lighting issues, as you can see. So let's get back to it again. I'm here inspiring you to be mindful of the products you use on and in your body, as well as the products you use around your home. So, in last week's episode on courage, I spoke about my journey to being brave and courageously becoming an active participant in creating my dream life. I also shared how the sideline players criticize, critique, condemn, complain, and offer many commentary on what they would do if they were you. They judge those in the game, gossip about everyone in the game, and treat those in the game as if they are the outcast. However, they fail to take action on living their own authentic lives. Folks, I challenge you, don't let this be you anymore. If you found my story last week inspiring or the meditation enlightening, or if any of the information was fruitful, please share. Also, if you have any questions about the episode or would like life coaching to support you and getting off the sidelines of your own life and taking action to create your own dream life, please click my Calendly link in the description or message me on any social platform at Integr8 Lyfe. That's INTEGR, the number 8, and life is with a Y, LYFE, for a complimentary discovery session. I would love to support you. A huge thank you to everyone who supported me in the Fab Over 40 competition. I ended up in 5th place instead of 1st place, so I didn't advance to the semifinals. However, I am deeply grateful to each of you who voted, donated, and or shared. Thank you. So let's get into it. Today's episode is about identity. Now, I invite you to contemplate this quote by Swiss psychiatrist and founder of analytical psychology, Carl Jung. The world will ask who you are, and if you do not know, the world will tell you. When I contemplate this quote, You all will have to give me a moment. I'm noticing that there is a lag, and there still is. So I'm hoping on your end it's not too um, dramatic. Here I'm looking at it, and yeah, it appears to be. I don't know if that helps. I don't think so, no. Okay, well, hopefully you are like at least catching what I'm saying and the lag isn't too bad. My apologies. So, where was I? Here we go. So, when I contemplate this quote, actually, you know what? I want to read it again. So, let me do that. The world will ask who you are, and if you do not know, the world will tell you. So, when I contemplate this quote, I think about when I started to feed, nurture, and connect with my own soul. You know, we're mind, body, and soul. And for so long, I neglected my soul, as many of us do. We focus on our mind, we're learning, we're gleaning, we focus on our bodies, right? We're eating, we're working out, and we forget that soul component. And when I say forget, let me be clear. I was a practicing Christian, went to church, was involved, and still I was not feeding my soul. I was going through the routine, doing what I'd been taught to do, and I was missing a big part of what that is really about. And it's about the spiritual connection, like really knowing God on a spiritual level, really knowing divine that is, and divine that is within. So I've shared this before on here. I began Queen of Food's Sacred Woman 12-week journey to womb cleansing and healing. And just checking the chat here. Okay. And in that 12-week journey of cleansing and healing, I set up an ancestor altar. I devoted myself to rising at 4 a.m. to spend 2 hours pouring into myself, nurturing me, learning about my ancestors, loving me, feeding my soul with spiritual baths, drum playing, dancing, womb massages, fire breathing, meditating, chanting, journaling, drinking warm tea, and whatever else my soul asked for in those 2 hours. It was a powerful choice that deeply changed the trajectory of my life in the most positive and empowering way. I began to really know who I was beyond what the world had told me I was. It was when I laid a hold of my own power and began to confidently walk in my purpose. It was when I let everything fall away that wasn't me and didn't align with who divine called me. I had a real reckoning with my past and released the person I came into this world as and transformed into the woman I am today. And my AM Rise ritual aligned me with the truth of who I was before I left home every day. So if the world asked me who I was, I could know beyond a shadow of a doubt who I was. I was filled with truth and love, and my tank was overflowing, lacking nothing, and I knew. So while on that journey, I asked my ancestors for a new name. I've also shared this story on here. It's one of the first things that slaves do once they, or did, once they were freed, is change their names. So everything that I had been made slave to, I freed myself from. with the support of divine, my spirit guides, and my ancestors. And so I needed a new name. I set the intention and placed it on my altar and trusted divine in the process. As I've also shared my name change story before, I went to South Africa thinking I would hear a name and it would resonate with me. While I heard beautiful names, none of them hit my soul. So I kept trusting divine and believing that when the time was right, I'd receive my new name. And a few months later, God gave me my name in a dream. It was a few minutes before I arose from sleep, and in the dream, I was writing my name. So God gave me the spelling because I wouldn't have known. And I was saying it. It was on my tongue in the dream, and as I arose. And so, again, I wouldn't have known how to spell it or say it. And so, Divine made it very clear, this is how you say it, this is how you spell it. um, and so immediately, I jump up and I know, like, this is it. I'm saying it and right. I knew. I didn't have to question. Wait, is this the name? I knew. And again, I jumped up. I was wide awake, and I Googled it. I got my phone and I Googled the meaning, and it aligned with where I was in my journey and who I was becoming. And I had so much gratitude. I thank divine and the ancestors and my spirit guide. And I had never heard that name before. Never. um, and so I felt it. Like, I felt it deep down within my soul. Everything about it felt right. I just knew. And so growing from Shannon, who I was before, to Saiba, from this gender neutral name, Shannon, as you all know, can be both a male or a female name. So this gender neutral name, to Saiba, a very feminine name. It means girl and lady in Indian, the Punjabi. And so, yeah. And so I want to share with you what Shannon means and meant. This is the Irish name, by the way. And it means old soul with a thirst for knowledge. And if you knew me, that was definitely me, always wanting to know more, having so many questions. Why this? Why that? And even though I was young, I offered much wisdom to people of all different ages. And so that's who I was. And so then Saiba, an Arabic name, means rational, sensible, reasonable. Return to God. And the Urban Dictionary says it means virtuous, clean hearted, and generally an all around good person. And so when I initially Googled it, what I first saw was return to God, one who returns to God, and then one who is reasonable. And when I'd considered who I'd been and who I was becoming, it was an alignment. I was on that journey of literally returning to God, what we know, what I know God to be: truth, love, light. What I was placing on my altar every day, I was saying, show me truth. I want to see truth. If I'm in the way of that, show me truth. And divine literally gave me a name that says return to truth, return to God, return to love. And that's what I was doing every day, again, on this 12-week womb journey with the other women who were also going on this 12-week journey. And again, rising every morning, feeding myself, my soul, tuning into my soul, the light within, the love within, the God, goddess within. all that is within me. I was tuning into all that. I was on this search. I was returning to her because I had left her behind. Um, and so in my transformation journey, this was pivotal. Um, I realized that I was and am the source of all I thirsted for, that knowledge is within me. I am learner, I am teacher, and I am nurturer. And when I return to myself, the God within me, when I return to love, I return to God, meaning when I take the time each day to listen to that which is within me, feed my soul what it's been craving: attention, nurturing, loving, affirming attention, and forgiveness. So, Shannon, the old version of me, believed I was abandoned and rejected, and that I didn't belong, and that I was sensitive and I wasn't worthy. And she thought I was a victim, incapable of thriving, and was bound to many things, but mostly my own conditioned mindset. And so, because she believed that, she kept attracting that in her reality. And so Shannon played by the rules, even enforced the rules. She colored inside the lines, didn't rock the boat, didn't speak her truth because she was a people pleaser with this martyrdom mindset. So she just coasted, said nothing. Silence was golden, so she smiled and looked pretty. And as I've also shared here, after my divorce is when I began to start. I started becoming Saiba, slowly looking inward, slowly questioning all the patterns, all the beliefs, all the things that had led to my reality. And if you know, you know, eventually I released that silence and that fear of rocking the boat. And so now, Saiba, a fully actualized self and woman, the new version of me, I know the truth, my truth, a truth that disturbs the peace and ruffles feathers, and I am at peace with her. I know that I am infinite. I know that I am chosen, accepted, and deeply loved. I know that there is nothing to fear except fear itself. I know that I am powerful beyond measure. I know that I am healed. I know that I am victorious. I know that I am more than any physical limitation. I know that any dis-ease in my body is merely a signal for me to tune in and to trust instead of be afraid of. I am more than any word I use to define myself. I am love. I am peace. I am joy. I am worthy. I am free. I am a living vessel of love and truth. I am a prayer. I am a meditation. I am a deep breath. I am an audacious forgiver. I am a person that takes time to pause and be and feel all that is available to me in each God given moment. I am the tears that fall down my face as I release hurt, anger, and sadness. I am intentional about being my best self for myself and for others. I am aware that what I think, do, and say impacts others. Who I am impacts others. and I desire to have a positive effect and impact on the world. I inspire and empower others to know who they are, live authentically, speak their truth, and courageously create their own fulfilling dream life. I say the things that I was too afraid to say when I didn't know who I was. Thank God, crystals, and intentional nurturing practices, which freed me and my voice. I return to that allness within me. I learned to balance the things that I said and how I said them. I got to know my own soul, and it is then and only then I could know, honor, and embody my authentic self daily. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that there are no boxes to fit God in, religious, gender, or otherwise, because we are all living manifestations of God consciousness, each and every one of us, with all our differences and, most importantly, our similarities. I am grateful that I know that allness within me and commune with her daily. So, if someone asked you who you are, what would your response be? Do you honestly know who you are beyond your occupation, financial status, titles? I'd like to guide you through a brief mindfulness practice to support you in returning to the truth of who you are, your own soul, and the divine within you. May you enjoy this journey. May you discover who you really are, and may you take time daily to connect with and feed your own soul. So, before we begin our mindfulness practice, I invite you to sit on the floor cross-legged or in a chair with your feet flat on the floor to ground yourself. Your spine will be straight and your neck an extension of your spine. Now begin to tune into your breath, inhaling and exhaling deeply and slowly through your nose. Taking your time, inviting that breath all the way down to your abdomen, so that when you inhale, you feel your abdomen expand, and when you exhale, you feel your abdomen contract. Breathing deeply and slowly. And today's practice, thank you, I hear that. Today's practice is a Sanskrit mantra, and it is so hum. And I'd like to share with you what that means. It means I am that. So, meaning I am, and hum, meaning that. And so this mantra is a very transformative mantra in supporting us in our ability to access peace, clarity, and self-awareness. And so as you are continuing to inhale deeply and slowly, I invite you to close your eyes. And on each inhale, I invite you in your mind's eye to repeat so. And on each exhale, again in your mind's eye, I want you to repeat hum. So you're inhaling so and exhaling hum. I am that. Taking your time. So hum. So hum. So hum. I am that. That which was, that which is, and that which is yet to come. So hum. All that is within you. So hum. I'll leave you in silence with the mantra. So hum. And wherever you are with the mantra, I invite you to continue breathing slowly through your nose. And I invite you to take the deepest breath you have taken all day and slowly return to this space when you are ready. How does that feel in your body? I invite you to take a journal and write what came to you in the meditation as you are honoring who you are by repeating the mantra, so hum. I invite you to journal. Journal what came up for you, what you saw, what you envisioned, and what truth came to you. And I also invite you to perhaps try this for a week, 21 days, 90 days. Notice what shifts in your internal world as well as your external world. Now, to complete our mindfulness session for today, please affirm by repeating after me. I know who I am and honor me by embodying my authentic self daily. Good. I know it's a long one. I know who I am and honor me by embodying my authentic self daily. Great. One last time. I know who I am and honor me by embodying my authentic self daily. Beautiful. That brings us to the end of our session. May you enjoy integrating mindfulness into your life daily. May you invite mindfulness, breathe deep often, and contemplate all the ways you can feed yourself and align with your soul and know who you are. Remember, mindfulness is always available to you every minute of every day. May you use each minute to be mindful. I am Dr. Aiko-Douglas, your host, transformational life coach, life integration specialist, and mindfulness practitioner, here to empower you to transform your life one mindful decision at a time. I am also here inspiring you to be mindful of the products you use on and in your body, as well as the products you use around your home. If you found this podcast through social media, please share which platform in the comments below. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel to follow my journey. And if you are listening to this on Apple Podcasts, I invite you to leave a rating and a review. And join my exclusive community on Patreon at Integr8 Lyfe. Thank you for tuning in, listening, engaging, and being mindful with me today. Namaste.